Hey everyone, I'm back and today we're going to be talking about Men in Black 3. And this movie came out in 2012 and it was released 10 years after the second movie. And I gotta say, for a movie to come out this long after the previous installment, this one isn't that bad. I kind of enjoyed this movie. I don't think it's great, I don't think it's better than the original in any way, but it has the elements that is needed for a good Men in Black movie. It's just that by the end of the day, I just didn't get anything out of it that I didn't already get out of the previous two movies. I like this one better than the second one, but not as much as the first. I like the performances in this movie. I think Will Smith is fun in this movie. Tommy Lee Jones, he's not in the movie a lot, but I liked seeing him on screen, and Josh Brolin, I thought he was great in this movie, and I thought the villain was kind of fun for this movie and this tone especially, and this movie mostly takes place in the 60s, and when it's taking place in the 60s, that's when the movie is at its best for me, and all that stuff was fun for me, and the action scenes were fun as well, and this movie was well paced. It was never boring to me. It didn't drag along like the second movie did. I never had any of the same problems for the most part with this movie as I did with the second movie. But one thing that kind of distracted me was the special effects. Sometimes they use CG humans and it doesn't look very good. That was one of my major criticisms with the movie, and the effects in the movie are pretty inconsistent. Some of it looks good, other times it looks terrible, and there are a decent amount of bad moments of CGI in this movie. The time travel element in this movie, it doesn't really make any sense by the end of the film, but it doesn't really matter, and the movie doesn't really over-explain it, or at least how I understood how it was handled, but it doesn't really require you to understand it so much as to just enjoy it and just go along with it. And the only time they kind of explained it was at the beginning when our main character needed to drink a lot of chocolate milk, and that was supposed to be a gag, but I didn't really find it funny, and anything that was not in the 60s I found to be kind of dull, and luckily most of the movie is in the 60s, and that's when it's at its best for me, like I said already. It's just that the beginning of the movie was kind of a drag for me, and I wished that it was better. I thought the opening action scene was kind of fun, but after that it kind of got a little dull for me, and once the plot really started to move along, that's when it got a lot better for me. I thought this movie had a good last 15 minutes to it, and I felt as though the emotions that I was trying to go for worked, and I left satisfied, and the characters that this movie introduced I liked, and there were many elements that I enjoyed about it, but overall it just wasn't super memorable to me, and in terms of the Men in Black movies, this is not one that I will be going back to the quickest, if that makes sense. I'm not going to be like rushing back to see it, but I enjoyed it for what it was, and if you haven't seen this movie, I would recommend it. I think it's good, just not better than the first movie, but still a good movie by the end of the day. And with all that being said, I'm going to give Men in Black 3 a 6 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of Men in Black 3, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for The Twilight Saga Breaking Dawn Part 1. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.